So I have to be completely honest with you. I am in shock with the news that we have received this morning. Now, the Microsoft layoffs that we heard that was going to be happening absolutely happened this morning. Up to 9,000 people across all different departments laid off. It's absolutely horrible, and I feel sorry for anyone who got laid off. It is not a good thing when you come to work and find out you no longer have a job and you have bills and you have rent and you're trying to figure out how you're going to live, especially in today's economy. So the layoffs are absolutely horrible, but the news just kept on rolling. And I was planning on doing a video just on the layoffs themselves, but more news hit. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are finding me for the first time, please just do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. We're on our way to 6,400 subscribers. You can only do that with your support. So please, guys, it's absolutely free. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate it. So, like I said, I was planning on talking about these layoffs, and I was going to talk about, like, yes, this absolutely sucks. We see major companies do it. This isn't going to be the last time. And I had like this whole kind of, like, I wouldn't say speech, but thought process of what I was going to talk about when it came to these layoffs, because we're seeing this way too often in the gaming industry. And I feel like the gaming industry, whether you're PlayStation, Nintendo, you don't really hear this from Nintendo, by the way, mostly because Tokyo, or I don't know if Nintendo is in Tokyo, but Japan has different rules. And in Japan, if before you can lay off your employees, the CEOs have to be given a pay cut and stuff. So there's a whole different rules and process. So you don't really hear this from Nintendo. But when it comes to like PlayStation and Xbox, we hear this quite often. And we hear it from other corporations, whether it be Ubisoft or EA. But we're hearing this news way too often. And even though this absolutely sucks, and like I said, it's one of my worst fears, is being able to go to work and find out I no longer have a job, yet I still have to figure out how I'm going to pay my rent, my phone, and all that stuff by the end of the month. It's absolutely horrible, and it's not something that I condone in any way. I do not like that, and I feel like there needs to be better union rules for these workers, these developers, and these people in these companies, because this needs to happen a lot less. But the news just kept rolling, ladies and gentlemen, because as I was getting ready to film this video about this layoffs, Jeff Keighley came out and he said, guess what, guys? Xbox just canceled the Perfect Dark reboot and is shutting down the initiative. What? The Perfect Dark? Like, I can't even begin to tell you what this does to me emotionally. This was one of my most anticipated games for the past 4 to 5 years. I still remember the teaser that we got from it, and I was like, man, I'm so excited. And then we got to see this very trailer that I'm playing right now. We got to see this like a year ago. And I'm like, oh man, developing must be going very well. Like, this gameplay looks good. The cinematics look good. Like, everything, this looks really good. I'm super excited. Nope. Canceled, ladies and gentlemen. Canceled. And not only is it canceled, but they're shutting down the initiative too. Obviously, this has not gone very well online. You see Spawnwave up here. Spawnwave said Microsoft really just canceled Perfect Dark and is closing the initiative. That's insane. And then, of course, one of my favorite YouTubers ever, RGT85, said Xbox just canceled Perfect Dark. F Xbox. You know what? I kind of feel where he's coming from, because I was very much looking forward to Perfect Dark. It was one of the games that I was like, man, I can't wait to play this game. If there was ever an Xbox game I was looking forward to, ladies and gentlemen, it was freaking Perfect Dark. Now, also, this is really one of the big stories, and I don't know if Microsoft did this just to kind of like overshadow, like, hey, we laid off 9,000 people, but the fact that they shut down the initiative, I might be mistaken, I'm not entirely sure here, but I believe the initiative was a Microsoft created studio. That was like an in-house studio that they built. I could be wrong, but that was like a studio that they built for the purpose of being like an in-house studio, and then they brought Crystal Dynamics in. You know what? They showed us gameplay. I figured the game was on track. It was on track to come out, and we were going to get it. You know, I kind of figured something was wrong when we didn't see it at the Xbox showcase last month. I kind of figured something was wrong, but I still held hope. I still held hope that we were going to get this game. But the fact that they just came out and said we are shutting the reboot down after what, 5 years? Going on 6 years development? We're just going to shut this down now. And guess what? Initiative, sorry, all you are out of a job. What are we doing? What are we doing, Xbox? And to make matters worse, remember that game Everwild that was shown like 5-6 years ago? Yeah, they're just completely canceling, shutting that down too. That one is not that big of a surprise. We haven't heard anything about that for years other than Phil Spencer was playing it or whatever, which means absolutely nothing. But yeah, it's just kind of weird. So not only do we have all these layoffs going across every company within Xbox, like every division within Xbox, every studio within Xbox, but we're having these massive layoffs. The game that I was looking forward to the most with Perfect Dark has been completely canceled, shut down. Initiative, you're going bye-bye. Like, what is going on? And you see where Jeff Keighley kind of put, oh, like, Rare's Everwild has been canceled too. Like, oh yeah, like big, like, I mean, Perfect Dark is a big story, but then, oh yeah, Everwild's canceled too. Sorry for the developers of Everwild, but that was not a game that I was looking forward to. I don't think that was a game that any of you guys were looking forward to. It absolutely just kills me that this is what we're doing. And like, you can't look forward to anything. Why show something if you never had any plans of releasing it? Like, man, I was really looking forward to Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark should not have been a hard game to make. I don't understand why people make it sound like Perfect Dark. These developers just can't figure it out. Like, I just don't understand. It should be a very simple game. Not every game has to be like an open world game with RPG mechanics and skill trees and blah, blah, blah. Just give me a very linear game where I get to sneak around as Joanna Dark and cap some fools and hack some stuff. That's all I really need. Why? I was looking forward to this game so much. Oh my God. This is bad news. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the fallout in the next few days is going to be. You know, there's going to be massive fallout. There's going to be a lot more of this story uncovered. More of the bigger YouTubers and some of the bigger writers are going to be kind of breaking the story, and we're going to find more and more out about like who got let go, how many total got let go, what games are effective, what games are not effective. You know, this comes to a massive blow, especially when Microsoft and Xbox continually come out and say, hey, we're in the profit. We made like this much percentage in profit. Like, the fact that they come out and they brag about, oh yeah, we're in profit. And then they just lay off 9,000 people, cancel all these games. I always say, don't defend corporations. Doesn't matter if it's Xbox, PlayStation, does not matter. Never defend corporations. We're going to get something very similar coming up very soon when it comes to PlayStation, when we find out that Marathon is being canceled and Fair Games is being canceled. And we're going to see the same type of situation over there. So this is not just an Xbox problem. This is a gaming industry problem. And we need to kind of fix this in the gaming industry. You don't hear about this in any other industry, but in the gaming industry, this feels like every 3 months we're getting the same news over and over again. And just like, man, we're constantly just canceling games, and it's not good. But like I said, more news is probably going to break within the next day or two from different outlets and different writers, and I'm going to look closely into it, keep everybody up to date. Right now, I'm a little disappointed, not only for the 9,000 people that lost their jobs, but for a game that I was very much looking forward to and was hoping to finally get Perfect Dark again. It kind of makes me sad, but we're going to hit on this more this coming weekend on the RSG Live podcast. So I hope you guys will check that out. Once again, if you guys are finding me, please do me a favor. Smash that like and subscribe button. It's super important. It's free, and it helps me out and helps build out the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Love you. Take it easy.